I went out every night to eat at expensive restaurants, went to high-end stores like Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Cartier, and went out to buy a brand new car. Money. What does it represent in your life? Does it represent freedom? Wealth? An essential need? Well, for me, money used to represent everything in my life. The more money I made, the more I felt confident, and some terms made me feel more masculine. I used to make it, use it, make it, use it, and for most part, that's how it usually goes. Around 8 to 10 people in the United States live paycheck to paycheck, which means that a majority of people are used to just spending everything they just make, aka living paycheck to paycheck. And the question I ask is, why is that? Why is society so open to the idea of living paycheck to paycheck? To get to the answer, we have to look at our education system. If you realize, money is one of those topics that is never talked about and never taught in school. The reason that they don't teach you is simply the fact they want you to favor working in corporate America as long as possible until you retire at age 65. Imagine this, right? If schools taught you how to retire by 30 and taught you personal finance, what would you think would happen to all the large companies and corporations in the world? You guessed it, they would fail. Not only would there be a large number of employees who quit, but it would be harder for them to work until they retire at 60 because their finances are so stable and they have a lot saved up. And so in this video, I want to talk to you about how I made changes to my finances to beat that rat race. And for me to tell you my story, I'm going to be as transparent as possible. I've never opened up my story to anyone, especially on the interwebs. But I hope that this story will help at least one person realize what money is actually worth and help them for their future. So here we go. To give you my background, I actually never worked in corporate America. Believe it or not, I started working at age 16. At that time, I knew I wanted to make a lot of money, but I didn't know what I could do. I thought I needed a college degree, but somehow I read that you could use any skill you had to start creating money. And so, that's what I did. That one skill that I was great at during that time was tennis. I played tennis and loved tennis so much that I decided to pursue that as a job, especially after finding out that I could make at least $50 to $80 an hour. So that's what I did. I worked underneath my personal coach at that time to gain as much experience as I could, and he paid me $30 an hour. At the age of 17, I actually decided that I knew what I was going to do and started up my own tennis coaching business. By age 18, after hustling as hard as I could, I had enough clients to make a decent living on my own, making $60 to $80 an hour. At 18 years old, I thought I was so rich and had everything in my life. I went out every night to eat at expensive restaurants, went to high-end stores like Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Cartier, and went out to buy a brand new car. And I just started racking up all these unnecessary items in my life. For me, all these materialistic items became sort of like trophies to me. But deep down inside, I felt so tired because I had to work 24/7 to be able to afford the lifestyle I wanted. And then at the end of the year, something opened my eyes. I never realized the amount of taxes that I had to pay, and never realized that I owed the IRS so much money that my bank account was wiped to, guess what? $0. I worked so hard, and then I was hit in the head back into reality that I was basically broke. I had to work every single day to afford what I wanted in my lifestyle back again. And as a business owner, especially in my business, every month's income was not the same. You had good months, you had bad months, you had slow months. Then you realize what the value of money really is. Money may have lots of different meanings from person to person, but for me, I realized it was merely a tool to create freedom. There's no need for high-end items to show off to your friends about how rich you are. At the end of the day, your social media followers won't care about your high-end lifestyle 50 years from now. What matters the most is your future. Are you going to work consistently and constantly until you're 65 years old? Or would you rather stop working in your 30s and enjoy the fruits of life without any debt? I decided the second option was for me, and so I made it a challenge to see how much money I could truly save. Not only this, but how I can leverage my money to create more by investing and not having to work so many hours. And so now, to my present day life, my life is so much more enjoyable than it used to be. I'm not so focused on how much I need to make to keep up my lifestyle, but rather how much do I need to invest so I don't have to work. And I'll be honest, I do still work and I do still own my own business, but I do as I please. I don't feel like working one day? Well, I don't have to. I don't have a requirement to work as my expenses are so low compared to my income. To tie it all up, I want you to do the same. I want you to print out the last 3 months of your bank statement, highlight all your expenses and add it up. Then highlight all your necessary needs to live and add it up. In my personal opinion, your expense and your necessities to live should not reach at the most 50% of your income. That's right, 50%. If it is more, you need to figure out a way to lower your expenses. Remember, this is a long-term gain. You need to sacrifice short-term happiness to gain long-term happiness. If that's to live a lifestyle that's a little bit more frugal, so be it. For me, I cut my necessities and expenses to only 26% of my income, and I invest about 74% for future wealth. I stopped eating out, buying brand name clothes, buying brand new clothes, stopped all streaming services, and cut all unnecessary things in my life. And for some, this is on the extreme side. And I agree, as some may have families, medical expenses, car bills. But the goal here is to minimize those expenses so you have money saved up for emergencies and money to invest in your future. So to end this video, I want you to try and take a minimalistic approach to your personal finance. It will relieve so much stress and anxiety off your chest and help you create your financial freedom. And so if you made it this far into this video, I want to personally thank you for your time. And if you found this at least somewhat helpful, which hopefully you did, give it a like, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell to get notified for future videos. I'll be covering more about life as a business owner, personal finance, investing, and in real estate. So if you have any specifics you want to know about, please let me know in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.